Well, greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads. And, of course, welcome back to our not our Around the Hearth. I was about to go into autopilot. Welcome back to our house specials. And this time we are doing our. Oops. Typing in the chat so people know I'm there. We are getting into our Devereaux leveling up. So that is the plan for this time. Devereaux and his forms, as you can tell by the title of the live stream. Before we get into that, if you want to check out the Inn of Planar Crossroads, you can go to the iopc.com. This is our landing page, and you can click on any of these buttons to get you to where you might want to be to support us. So there's a Patreon too. It's not in the support options. I want to rearrange this at some point. So if you guys have a nice idea for a layout that's easy to do, and this is WordPress, so if it's easy to do in WordPress, let me know. But otherwise, this is what we've got, and we are currently, let me see. It's not March yet. In March, which is also when the homeschool co-op starts, so we'll be getting these with reports on how the kids are doing with that. But we are getting into the new designs. So the new thumbnails will be starting, the new thumbnail designs will be starting in March. So let me know how y'all like those. And I think that's it. I don't really have a lot going on at the moment. There is a CleesaCon happening if you're up in the northeast and want to go to Jersey and go to a small con that a contributor and content creator is having. That's WebDM, not WebDM, DM Tales, excuse me. I've got, DM is used so much that there's like 3 or 4 in my head that pop up when I pull that up in my file system. So there you go. But Wes from DM Tales, you can check him out, and he has a listing for it online, so you should be able to check that and look at it yourself without me having to do a bunch of spiel on it. So that's what we've got for now. And I think with the way the channel is going, I do want to say this. I think with the way the channel is going, we are going to do our visual update in March, but instead of doing regular updates, as far as I want to do one, like I would used to do one in January and July, kind of split the year. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to do it through these and through our Around the Hearth, since those come out so regularly and we always do announcements in them. So that's the plan for that. If you do have podcast locations that you like and listen on, then I'm interested in learning about those, because the Around the Hearths are well suited for that, as well as a lot of the content on the Gentle Voice Ministry channel. That's the Gentle Voice TV on Rumble and YouTube. So let me know about that also, on what you listen to your podcasts on. That's mainly what I've got. So let's go ahead and get into this on Adventure Academia, leveling up Dev and his forms. So I'm starting the timer, and this sand timer is here mainly to keep me on time, not you. And you can grab your preferred beverage and join me as we go through leveling up Devereaux. Now we are using Hero Muster for these characters because the auto calculations are there and stuff like that. Helps us keep it faster for when we're making videos and characters quickly. So as you can see, I've already upgraded him to level 5. Now that means I want to actually check on him before I start upgrading his attributes. We didn't do this necessarily last time because the others are not heavily dependent on their attributes specifically and variations in those to get their feats. But Devereaux might be, because I remember thinking, we're going to click View Available Feats. I remember thinking that his boon focus and superior concentration, let me go over here to boons also. So his shapeshift I want to check, because if he doesn't need a higher grade of shapeshift, he doesn't really need a change in his power level on it. So 7, you gain all extraordinary attributes possessed by the new form if both forms have alternate attributes, have an alteration attribute. Okay, he does kind of need that for this new form that he's getting because it's going to have a special ability that's specifically tied to protection. But that's getting ahead of ourselves. So let's go to Devereaux. Let's go ahead and upgrade his alteration to 7. And how much does he have now? He's got 6 points. So he must have been the one that I was thinking of that had extra points kind of floating around. So let's see if we can upgrade him. He doesn't really need presence. He's got alterations and prescience. So let's see. I don't think we can pull that up to a 6. Oh, we can. Let me see what that gets us. So let's back that back down. Let's check our filtered boons. And where is it? Prescience. Let's look at just prescience. Sort. Let's just come here to feats. Filter feats. Prescience. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And apply filter. Prescience? No. That's because you don't need that. Okay. So, prescience doesn't affect that either. No, it's just any. Battlefield retribution. He uses his precognition a lot. It's very much part of his ability set. So, extraordinary focus, flying, heightened invocation, knowledge, lightning reflexes, long shot. These aren't really changing anything. I do need to look at this real quick. We might upgrade his superior concentration. Oh, this is feats. That's what it was. I need boons. This is okay. I was in feats incorrectly. So let's go pull that back up. Now we're in boons. Okay, so let's filter these boons by prescience 6. He's at 5 right now, so apply filter. Aura, blind sight. He does have blind sight with his prescience, which does make a lot of sense. Precognition, level 6 is where it would be. Target has a single question to the GM. Okay, particular place and event. This is very GM heavy. Telepathy was what he was using it for. So if we upgrade to 6, you can communicate with mental self. 5 others. That's definitely what he was looking at. So we do need to do that so that he can have his heightened telepathy. And he can do reading and seeing and true sight and stuff like that. So that will be good. Excellent. So that is what we're doing. We are going to go to here. And we're going to put that up to 6. 6. There we go. So now he's got his attributes upgraded. He's at 76. He's using all of his points, so that's good. We do need... Let's check the feats here. Boon Focus 3 and Superior Concentration 2. So Boon Focus 3. Let's see if there's another change to that one. No. It is the highest it can be. So that's good. Boon Focus 3 and Sustain. Superior Concentration. So QRS. Superior Concentration. When you take the Sustain boon action, you can 1 additional per possess. This, so he's at 2. I'm not sure that he needs any more. No, he doesn't really need any more. Okay. He's pretty much done with his. He doesn't have a... Nothing needs to change here. So we can give him a new... We can give him a different feat if we want. He's got a lot going for him already. He's pretty powerful. I mean, he's really powerful with his prescience, if used correctly, can be very powerful. And he's got alteration to go with it. Alteration is already broken. So let's see. Alteration is very strong, I should say. We could give him natural defenses. That might be something. Fleet of foot wouldn't be terrible. Let's look at superior concentration again, because the kids don't necessarily use it a lot because they don't have to. It's a sustained thing, but that might be quite powerful for him to continue to buff his friends. Depends. That might actually we might do that, so that we can see how that interacts with his other one, with his new form. So fine, we're gonna go ahead and give him superior concentration 3. Okay, so he's got 9 and 9. All right. So good deal. Now he's pretty strong just by himself, but his armor's not amazing, which is fine. I don't know that I'm going to change that with him, because the whole point of him is to get a form up. That's his thing. So we're going to have him be there. And we're going to hit save character. All right. So he's been saved. And that's really all he needs. I'm going to have to update these because he's getting another form. He's getting a 5th form. But we're going to close that. Close that. And now we come to the first form we're going to upgrade, the Celestial Bear. The Celestial Bear is kind of the tank. It's an aggressive one. It's an aggressive play. So we're going to give it... We're going to come down here. Let's upgrade its... I'm differentiating them between form... with Open Legend, you can change how many points you have to allocate by giving experience. Each experience point is worth something, not just a one tick to the next level type of situation. So level 2 at experience 4 is going to have a certain amount of stuff to build with. Now if I need to, I will upgrade that a bit. Let's go ahead and do... This thing is not really meant to be a... It's meant to be a physical tanker. So I think our next one won't be a physical tank as much as a mental tank. So we're going to do guard there. Might needs to be up to 6. That exceeds. Okay. So this is one of those situations where we're going to give him one more experience, and we'll go might 6. But we can't. All right, because of his... So let's back that down to 4. Because of his level is only at level 2. Because each of these forms I feel like are a good thing to do is about half the level of the character. So let's see. The only way to increase his armor is to give him some agility, some might. or to give him some natural armor. We might do that. We may do the natural armor feat instead. So we'll see. Fortitude will upgrade that. So his fort can't go up any higher. His will can. So maybe that's what we'll do. That makes okay sense. Yeah, that's okay. That's all right. So we'll increase that to 4, but we've got to give him 5 of those. So now he's got a pretty good tank right there. It's a little higher, I should say. And no extraordinaries, because this form does not have any extraordinaries. It's designed to be the first form that you get type of thing. So Martial Focus Claws, Lethal Strike 1, and Bane Focus Knockdown. That's kind of how this build has gone. It now has 2 points to work with. Let's look at... It doesn't invoke any Banes, really. It's very much a focused thing. So let's go ahead and check its feats that it can use. And it can have Martial Focus Claws, Lethal Strike 1, Bane Focus Knockdown. Bane Focus Knockdown. Gain advantage 2 on the Bane attack roll. And that's fine. So we don't really need another one of those, plus it costs 3. So let's sort by cost first. Sort by cost. 1. Brutal Intimidation isn't bad. Combat Momentum is not terrible, but this is a single focus type of fighter. Fast Draw doesn't need that. Climbing doesn't need that. Great Leap. What's Lightning Reflexes? You gain 1 advantage on all initiative rolls. Okay. Sworn Enemy, Attribute Substitution, Battlefield Opportunist. That hasn't come up much for him. Defensive Reflexes. Battlefield Retribution. Let's see this one real quick. When you use a Defend Interrupt action, you can deal damage to the attacker equal to the amount by which your action exceeds the attacker's roll. That might not be too bad. So we may come back to Battlefield Retribution. Die Hard isn't terrible either. And does kind of fit with this theme. Let's see Bane Focus. That's if you exceed by 5 instead of that. That's not terrible either. We could give him 1 more experience. No, we can't. We can't give him any more experience points. So, because that would level him up. So, we are going to keep him at 2. And that means we're past where he can get. So, let's look at the attack specialization. Does he have that yet? Martial Focus? No. So, like Samurai, Master's Kana, that actually would work well for him. When you take this feat, select 1 weapon attack type. You gain 1. So, bonus does not apply. Bane attacks, boon invocations. Examples of an attack type: choose specialize in a fire. So we could just choose claws, because that's what his martial focus is in. Gain 1 advantage for any damaging attack made with your chosen attack type. That might be something for later. Right now, we will stick with, excuse me, we will stick with where'd it go? Die Hard, perhaps? That might not be terrible, but I'm just not feeling it for the kids. They don't know that that would work well for what they're doing. So let's come back up here. There was a 2 cost I was looking at. What was it? Battlefield Retribution. Okay. We could do multi-target attacks, but he's kind of a focused attacker. That's what we were talking about. We were just talking about that. Where is that? Those are all level 3 cost feats. Okay. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do Battlefield Retribution. That's what we're going to do. Battlefield Retribution. There we go. Now he's spent up, so that's his. And we're going to save character. Close this out, close this out. And now we are at Moonless Nighthawk. So it's an agility-based character. It's at 4. It's got some points to spend if it needs it. Will is substituted for influence, which is still how I want to run it. So this one's mainly meant for reconnaissance and domination, you know, mentally dominating and attacking something. So we are going to definitely upgrade that will. If I don't think we can, though, because it's at 6. Yeah, so 5. Let's put our agility up to 5 and award 5 XP. There we go. Now we're one different, and that's not a big deal because that'll carry over. So let's keep moving on and check its feats. Oops. Okay, it already did it. So filtered feats, and I didn't put its boons in here because it's not important. It's important on the other one, but it's not important here. So it has attribute substitution, of course, and then dominated. So Bane Focus dominated. Let's, and it has several points to work with. It's got 4 points. No, 5 points. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 4. Okay. So 4 points to work with. And that's pretty good. So let's see if we can do something about improving this domination. Or if we want to do something else. Will for influence. Let's view available banes, because this one is about baning things. Dominated. We could do Bane Focused Demoralized, Bane Focused Fear. We did Dominated. Dominated has level 5 to target and creatures of human intelligence lower or better with lesser domination. Right. Okay. So let's see. So let a target obeys one word command. Greater domination. Okay. This one's tough because there's no gradation between 5 and 9. So we're going to hide that one. We're going to invest in another one. What's incapacitated got for us? That's influence versus resolved. That's pretty tough. Incapacitated. Including total paralysis, sleep, petrification, poison, blah, 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 blah. And it could already invoke a 5. The effect is broken by moderate disruption, which has a firm shove, glass of water. That's not actually terrible for what this particular form does. We may do that. Bane focused, incapacitated, demoralized. Demoralized is even rougher than incapacitated, I would think. Effect can be broken because it can't be broken. It's just flat disadvantage. So we're going to go with that. Kids will understand it better. Demoralized. Bane focused, demoralized. Bane focus, demoralized. Confirm. Alright, now that's basically done, because we're going to save that 1 point, and there's another point here we're saving. So this one's done, because it just flies. And I didn't bother giving it the flight thing, because it is literally, it'd be giving it the flight, and then giving it hobbled movement, and all that type of stuff. It just all balances out if you just leave the bird alone and just play that out on the table. So this one is set. So we're going to save character. And we'll let that save as we close this filtered stuff. And then we close this. And now we are to the Serpent of the Stars. This one is a persistent damage focused one with a martial focus fangs. So it's a very agile attacker is what it does. Its agility is how it invokes that poison. So we can't upgrade that any. We can't upgrade will, and we can't upgrade presence. So we are going to upgrade, I guess he has a lot that he might need. We might put can we put a 2 here and then a 3 here? Let's see. We can if we do a 5, which let's go ahead and do that. And then we'll have 1 point for the next time. They'll be fully level 3, be able to upgrade to 7s, and he can transform back and forth into those. So okay, that works well. We're getting close on our stuff, so let's go ahead and get this wrapped real quick. Fleet of Foot, he doesn't need that much speed, but that was put in there for that. Persistent damage, Bane focus, and martial focus fangs. So let's view available feats. View available. No. So let's just view available feats. And this one's got a more resolve focus. Area manipulation, no. Armor mastery, no. Bane focus. It's already got Bane focus, persistent damage, which is the thing that he does. Let's sort these by cost. He has 3 points to work with. 8, 9, 10, 11. 3 points to work with. So boon access, no. Climbing, no. Area manipulation, no. Combat momentum, no. Great leap, indomitable resolve, lightning reflexes. Let me see. Each tier you possess, you gain 1 advantage on all initiative rolls. No, I don't think so. Long shot. That's not terrible for the idea of a snake striking out further than where it's coiled up from. So we'll keep that in mind. Sworn enemy, untrackable, attribute substitution, battlefield retribution, breakfall, combat fall through companion. I'm not seeing a lot here that work well for it. What about evasive footwork? When you move from adjacent to another that's not, you does not get an usual opportunity attack. That might be one to come back to. That and then another thing. That and then a one pointer. Knowledge. Multi-attack. Multi-attack specialist might be okay. Multi-target attack specialist, I should say. Be able to poison one, poison the next one, type of thing. No, that's not what that does anyway, never mind. Multi-target boon specialist does that. So, we'll see. Attack specialization. Fangs would be it for damaging attack. And then if it exceeds over, then you get poisoned. So I already got martial focus. That's not terrible, but that costs all three. So we'll keep that in mind. Silencing strike, lethal strike. Let's see how that... Your target is caught off guard. Target is within melee range of an ally. You have a melee buddy already. That's possible. Martial focus is already there. Multi-attack specialist would be against the same person. That would be something that we would possibly need for... Oh, let's do Potent Bane. Okay, let's see persistent damage real quick. View available Banes, persistent damage. Where'd it go? There it is. So persistent damage currently does a d6 of damage, I believe. Yeah, it does a d6 of damage. It'll do d8 next time. But persistent damage... poison... Let me see. Resistance, dice rolls, explode. Resist ends, fail times 3 equals 1 minute. Does that even benefit then? A target makes a resist roll to shake off the evocation of the chosen bane. They have disadvantage 1. Resist ends, fail times 3 equals 1 minute. So let's do that. Let's do Potent Bane. So the venom is extra strong. That sounds like an appropriate thing. Potent Bane. Did I miss it? Oh, persistent damage. I was right on it. All right, he's full up. That means we can save him and get to our last one, the new one. The new one. And we are over time, but I'm going to try and get this new one done quickly for us so that you guys can see who it is. So this new one is, the Starweaver Spider. I forgot about the Starweaver Spider. Okay, craft mundane item, long shot web, climbing, immobile. We may add another Bane focus on there. That may be what we do. So for this one, I need to look at craft mundane item because that did come in handy. Craft mundane item 2 can equal wealth level +1. Inks, scrolls, exotic components. Okay. Well, this one's mainly a role-playing one anyway, so let's go ahead and bump that up to craft mundane item 2. And we're going to put, again, textiles. Confirm, because he works with someone else to make this. That's what that one's going to do. Immobilization is its key. Its logic is there. We might upgrade that to 4. We can if we go to 5. So 5. All right, so that's what we'll do. And this one's done because it's not really focused around combat. We could do another, excuse me. We could sort by cost. We could do 2 1s and a, it's got climbing, but that's just there. It's got climbing there for, to make it different, because it was different than flying on a bird. There's no change in speed. I don't think we have a whole bunch in here that is necessarily appropriate. There's knowledge. 16 or lower for higher CRs. I'm going to hide details on that one. Maximilian needs that one eventually. Multi-target. No. I don't think there's a lot in here. Maybe well-rounded would work. Anytime you use an attribute of score 2 lower, less than make an action roll. Gain advantage 1 on the roll. No, that just doesn't fit. Okay, I think we'll just... She's already got... The Star Weaver Spider already has long shot. Okay, we're just going to leave it. So that'll carry over to next time. There's 1 point that leads over to... 2 points that lead over to next time. Alright, now we can get to it. Sorry it's just taking so long. But this one is saved. Now let's go and do the new one, the Astral Armadillo. So that's what I'm going for this one. I was up in the air between swimming or burrowing as the 2 types. And so I went with the Astral Armadillo for a burrowing type of theme, but it's an Astral Armadillo, so it might not be just that. Now that he has access to protection, I am going to put protection here. And the score is going to be, I believe 5 is the highest you can go. Yes. So 5 is the highest you can go. And then we're going to do... will at 4. And what we're going to do with this one, excuse me, the Astral Armadillo is more of a digger and a reconnaissance. So the idea is, the theme is, it digs up information. It doesn't just dig into the ground, it digs up information. So we're going to do that. And I think we might do... I'm not sure if we want to do the movement. That might be for later. Agility, fortitude, might. We're going to do a 3 and fortitude and might. So will, it's already at a 4. We're going to give it 2 here. That'll give it a little bit of a defense there. Now we can upgrade some more. So let's put will at 5. Let's put fortitude. Let's do movement 5. No, 4. 4. Movement 4. Perception 2. I think this works well for what we're going for. So the idea of the astral armadillo is that it burrows through the not just the physical, but the astral plane for the character. That's the idea for it in the stars. It moves through. So like our Milky Way, it would be like a pathway that it goes through and stuff like that. So that's what we've got there. So let's check available there and available boons. And it can also, let me see if it can get Mind Dredge. Is that something in here? No. But that's okay. That would be more of a prescience thing, which would be him himself doing that. So he wouldn't need that. Okay. All right, so now we need to give him some stuff. Now his available feats. Climbing. There's not a burrowing feat. There's not a dig speed feat. So, flying. I don't remember seeing a feat about your digging speed anyway. Okay, anyway. We might have to change that movement into something, into influence. No, we could do that. We could do substitution for that and put will substituted for influence. That's what we'll do. That's how we'll theme that mental digging that it does. No, that doesn't need to be there. And we'll put this 4 somewhere else. Maybe we'll leave it in movement. We'll leave things there, but we'll do an attribute substitution. Attribute, past it. Attribute substitution 2. Primary is will and dependent is influence. Confirm. So there we go. Now we'll close these feats and boons back out, and now we'll come back in here. Feats and boons. Okay. So the feats here, we might do fleet of foot if we have an extra, but I want to do, where is it? We need to check out multi-bane specialist for a few of these too when they get to the next level. So we're going to, it's a bane, isn't it? Mind Dredge is a bane. No. Oh, I mean, there's boons. Where's the mind dredge at? Memory alteration. I'm almost certain there was a mind dredge. Let me come here. Am I just missing it? Let me come here. Banes. This is the official website. I in mind dredge right there. Oh, it's a prescience versus resolve. Well, he's already got prescience on his other form. And it's stronger. I think we're going to change that around then. We are not going to have that there. We are going to change that to something else here in a second, because I don't like that. I don't like doubling up for him. Because it makes sense to burrow around in the brain. That's what the idea was. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do something else. So let's close these out. Close this out. And we'll just put fleet of foot right here real quick to keep it off of the considerations. Dominable resolve, hospitaler, fleet of foot. Okay. So fleet of foot's only 2. That's not going to affect calculations very much. And it's going to make them a little bit faster, because they're not as slow as you might think. Plus you can roll up into a ball and travel around. So movement 4, we might do attribute substitution agility. Movement for agility, because the idea is he moves around, that we're going to kind of burrow. That'll be what it is. The movement is what it is. Burrow to one side and then the other. Open different little portals. So let's substitute. Let's actually do a substitution of, let's take this down to 0. And we'll just put might as 2. And then we'll do an attribute substitution of movement to agility. I passed it again. Attribute substitution 2, movement to agility. Confirm that. Now we got something different going on. But he's still tunneling. He's still tunneling around and teleporting. So that's the idea. So now we can do view available feats, view available boons and banes. Okay, boons. He is more of a helper. So we're going to do barrier protection. This is a 1 major action, sustain persists. So that may be what he does. Is he's not going to haste, but he's going to teleport. So let's see how far we can do that. Teleport. Your teleport range isn't changed. It's an instantaneous 1 move action. Let's see again what Boon Focus does for us. Boon Focus. Tier 1, you invoke the boon on a single target. You succeed automatically. No action roll. So that would be good. If it's on another target, you gain advantage 2. You gain advantage 3. So he can be a little bit diverse. So Boon Focus. Boon Focus. Teleport. No, wait. That's not what we were doing just a second ago. We were on, yeah, boon focus 1 through 3. Okay. Boon focus. Teleport. Where'd it go? Oh, I hit Bane focus. I'll just pick one. That was my bad. Boon focus. Boon focus. Here. Teleport. There it is. Confirm. So now he just pops up. And then we could do forced move as his. That would be interesting. Having him tunnel around in the astral plane to move people, to move and change things in the real world, in the physical world. That's interesting. So let's look at his boons first, because my idea was him being a protector and giving resistance to people. Target's resistance increased by 6 to the chosen attack type. So moving around and defending everybody. So let's do boon focus, teleport, and boon focus. What's level of boon focus though? Boon focus. Gain advantage 3 on your action roll if it's not a single target. Additionally, you invoke all. Boon follows. 1-time increment faster. So, if we do, he can do forced move up to 10 feet, which is fine. But let's do let's look at telekinesis. That's not as good. Restoration, resistance is probably going to be it, unless we do barriers. Maximilian does barriers already, but they're elemental barriers. We are going to do resistance. Boon focus. Is that a sustain persists? It is. That's tricky. Because boon focus here tells us target would have to have superior concentration to maintain 2. But that doesn't matter if you're teleporting around. The nullify might be worth looking at too as he gets stronger, but not right now. It is unique to that though. We might do that. Level 5. Cancel the power of a level 5 boon. That's interesting. So if we do nullifies instantaneous, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So let's say we do Bane focus nullify. Nullify. And we're at 10. So do we want that to be teleport, or do we want that to be barrier or resistance? Somebody's already doing barrier. Resistance might be useful. Well, that's interesting. It's 6. That's not nothing. But it's a it's a sustain persist. He can still invoke it right now. Already. Let's go ahead and change this to resistance. Let's do boon focus. Boon focus. Resistance instead. Okay. That will allow him to do his thing. He's at 4. The others are at 5. I don't think that's going to change anything in the build, though, because it only gives him 1 more point. And the feats that have 1 sort by cost. Natural defense is what I was looking for, but it's a 2, I think. That might be a 3. Natural defense. No, it's a 2. Show details. Okay. He would invest in that eventually, though. Okay. So we're going to close this out. Close this out. This will be his. He's a buffer. He's to help with the different things that are going on. And since we're thinking about splitting the party, I wanted to add that 3rd thing in there, for that 5th thing in there for him to transform into if needed. So now we're doing pretty good. He's set. He's ready. We're going to save this character. And we're going to call it pretty much good. Sorry it took so long. It was not my intention to go quite this long. We've done double time. But building out this fresh one was a little tougher than was a little longer than I was expecting, but not terribly. So, and he's got fine defenses. They're all right. I will give him some armor. We're going to give him, let's do that right now. What's his fortitude at? 3? So he can take a heavy armor. Why would he need that, though? Defense 3, fortitude 1. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do that. So now that's 19. Because he's astral. It's more like he's astral. He's supposed to be hard to hit that way. Okay. So basically he's a substitute stand-in for Hildegard for whichever party is not going to have Hildegard. Because whoever's not going to have Hildegard is going to have Devereaux. That's the idea. Okay, so we'll save this again. All right, and I think that's it for us this time. So I hope you have enjoyed this. It's been a little long. You've been hearing my thought process on it, but hopefully it wasn't too terrible. If you want to, you can check out, again, theiopc.com. We've got a YouTube, Rumble, BitChute. We do have a Twitch, but we're not active on Twitch, and I have it there so no one else takes it type of situation. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Subscribestar, PayPal, Locals. There's also a Patreon. I'm going to change this look around hopefully this year, so maybe that'll be something you guys can see. But until then, and as always, have a great day. God bless and enjoy. Oh, and remember to check out the Gentle Voice TV on Rumble and YouTube if you want ministry stuff. Bye.
This content was made possible by travelers and viewers like you. Thank you.